everybody, we're back. It's math time. Fantabulous. I love math time. It's so awesome. And today we are going to get into a whole new world of math. We're going to get into something we call metric units. And we are going to be talking about meters and centimeters. Meters and centimeters. Fun, huh? Well, you might have seen a little bit of something about what a centimeter is. A centimeter, it's about the size of your fingertip. So if you look at your fingertip and you look across it, yours is a little bit smaller than mine. That is a centimeter, and that is something in the metric units that we're going to be talking about to measure length. And I'll tell you something, a centimeter is a lot shorter, a lot smaller than an inch. But we don't just stop at centimeters with the abbreviation cm. We also are going to talk about meters. Meters, and they just have the abbreviation m. Now, right now, I need you to take your arms and I need you to stretch them out really wide, because if we make a meter, we can do that by stretching our arms out. And the distance from your fingertips over here to your fingertips over here, for a second grader, that is about a meter. That little m there is that meter. Now, one thing we're going to be talking about as a tool as we measure things in centimeters and meters is we're going to be talking about this thing called the meter stick. And if you're thinking like we've thought before with our customary measures, the yardstick measured yards and it couldn't measure feet and inches. The meter stick could measure centimeters and meters. But today I want us to think about centimeters. I have one of our rulers. And if you look closely at this ruler, you can see on one side it has from the 0, which is right here on the edge, it's invisible, all the way, 1, 2, 3, all the way over to 12. Those are the inches. You might have a ruler like this at home or at school, excuse me. On the other side, it has some other numbers that are a lot closer together. Those are the centimeters. And if you look at that, those centimeters, they're a lot smaller than an inch. And let me show you on my tape measure. On my tape measure, I have right here, between my two fingers, I have 10 centimeters. See, they're not very big, not very big. But if I flip it over and you look on this side, that's only 4 inches. So yeah, centimeters are smaller than inches. They are smaller. Here's 10 centimeters, 4 inches. So if we are thinking about comparing inches and centimeters later on as you get into 3rd grade, you can remember centimeters are smaller than that. But let me show you on our tape measure what 100, here's my tape measure, and it has centimeters, the metric system. On the other side, look at that. From this right there, all the way to this finger up there, there is 1 meter. 1 meter. So it's kind of like a yard, but it's a little bit different from that. Now, we went to looking for some things, and I found a pool noodle, and Mr. Scott went ahead and cut this to be exactly 1 meter long, 100 centimeters. Now, that's a pretty cool little visual aid there to help us out. It kind of looks like our yard stick, whoops, but it is a meter. Now, if I measure the other part of my pool noodle that we cut off, I can find out how many centimeters tall this is. So I'll take my the centimeter side, there's the centimeter side, and I am going to line it up to see, okay, how long is it? Wow, look at that. It's over the 23 centimeter line. Wow, 23 centimeters. Not 23 inches, 23 centimeters. So friends, 23 centimeters, it's not very long. You might measure or might look around the house and try to find out, ooh, what's something that's about 23 centimeters like this pool noodle? And if you look on the other side of my ruler, well, let's just measure it in inches too so we can get an idea, because we're a little bit more familiar with inches. Look at that. It's not 10 inches. Kind of give us an idea of how long things are. Or what about my box of M&Ms? I've been saving this since not Halloween. Maybe Christmas. I forget. It's still wrapped in plastic, so it's good. If I want to see how many centimeters wide my box of M&Ms is, check that out. Look at that. Just about 6, almost 7 centimeters. If I estimated that before I measured it, probably would have said 5 or 6, but look at that. It's not very wide. How about how tall? How about the length of it? Let's line it up. See, I measure that. Line that up right there. I'll turn it that way so we can see that. Look at that. It's not quite 16 centimeters. So, not very big. Not very big at all. Well, let's measure one more thing. How about my friend Dwight? Dwight. He loves bears, beets, and Battlestar Galactica. But let's just see. How tall is Dwight Schrute? How many centimeters tall is Mr. Dwight? Well, let's see. Putting his head at the very top, and we'll lay him down right there. Look at that. He is not very tall. 12 centimeters. Dwight, you're not very tall. Michael! He's going to have a problem with that. He's going to go talk to Michael. Well, I might want to think about, for a little bit, my meter. Remember, my pool noodle is the size of a meter. I might use a meter stick to measure how tall I am. And usually when we measure a person's height, we might say that they are 1 or 2 meters tall. If you're a basketball player, you might be like 2 meters tall. But can you see that? It stops, it's touching the floor. There it is. If I put my finger there to hold that and I move it up, let's see, there it is. I'm not 2 meters tall. Nope. But I'm over 1 meter tall. So I'm probably about 1.5 meters tall. Now this is something that we could use to measure length or width in the metric system. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep using these words like centimeter and meter. And we're going to talk about meter sticks, or maybe we'll have our meter measuring tape, something like that. Okay, so today what you're going to do, you're going to work a little in your book with centimeters and meters. Don't forget to check Google Classroom for your exit ticket. I want to see some great answers where you are thinking about centimeters and meters. And hats off to the people who've been getting green lights. I've seen some of those streaks of green lights on Reflex. Keep it up. Keep it up. All right, friends. I'll see you next time talking about some centimeters and meters. Have a meterific day. Bye.